Hey everybody, welcome back for war number 5 of season 29 of Alliance War. I'm fighting for the Alliance SAS, and for this war we are matched up against MRBCK, also known as Mr. Black. They definitely push pretty hard in war, I believe. We both had pretty tough starts to the season, so both teams I think are going to be pretty desperate for the win here. We definitely need a win. We got to generate some momentum here as we approach the halfway mark of the season. But here's our war. We're on Path 10 in Section 1 with no fights, but we do get a lot of action moving into Section 2 where we are on Path 9 with 4 fights. Our old friend Weapon X on Encroaching Stun. We are on Path 9 here, so we have a Magneto, pretty common placement, followed by a Guillotine 2099 and a Mojo, the shared mini there. And then for what feels like the 4th war in a row, we're taking the Rage Mini. It happens to be a Stryfe here. Should be super straightforward. And here's our attack team. We're bringing in Human Torch. He's at rank 3, Sig 20. He's responsible for 3 of our fights, the Guillotine 2099, the Mojo, and the Stryfe at the end. Captain America Infinity War. He's at rank 3, Max Sig level 200. He's there to take on that Magneto on node 35. Super straightforward fight. I always appreciate the opportunity to bring Captain America into Alliance War. He's super fun to play. And as per usual, Archangel rounds out our team. He's at rank 3, 660 to take on that Weapon X. And here's our first fight. I think we've taken this twice before in the past. We should be pretty comfortable with fighting Weapon X here. So this is Encroaching Stun, Stupefy, Power Reserve, and keep in mind that 1 neurotoxin at 660 is going to equal 29.5% ability accuracy reduction. Now, ideally, the exact number shouldn't come into play, but you're going to see here the RNG on my end wasn't amazing. I do fumble it a little bit just because it's super scary fighting Weapon X, but you're going to see the neurotoxins, the AAR, and the Sig level actually come into play here. So I use a Power Start 1. I don't really know why. I think in the back of my head I was thinking I should probably have a special banked just to bypass that first Encroaching Stun timer. So this dude throws a heavy out of nowhere. I was holding block, just chilling, and this is when the fight starts to kind of go downhill here. You can see we've procced 2 neuros, and he's about to fire a special, go into rage mode. He's unstoppable. The Encroaching Stun timer is about to run out, and with just under 60% ability accuracy reduction, we were able to bypass the first Encroaching Stun. I get hit anyways, completely botching it, and I'm just trying to get out of the wall here and reassess what I have to do to kind of finish this fight. And he just crossed the halfway point, and I am sweating it out now. I'm sitting at a special 3, which isn't ideal with Encroaching Stun. I need to find a way to get a neurotoxin here. So right before the Encroaching Stun timer is about to tick down, I fire off the special 3. I don't think the special 3 counts towards bypassing the Encroaching Stun. We land 1 neuro, and I don't know how we were able to bypass the second Encroaching Stun timer. I end up getting hit by his special 2, which is really sloppy play on my part, and I'm just trying to get out of here alive. I do not care about the chip damage. Archangel is not needed for another fight, and somehow, some way, we're able to close out that first fight. So my plan was to take all 4 fights in Section 2 in a row, but after this one, I felt it was best to just get this one over and done with, take a little bit of a breather and regroup. And I think that was the smart option because these fights, I mean, obviously they don't go super clean, but they definitely go a lot better than that Weapon X fight did. This is pretty straightforward for me. Node 35, window of opportunity when I open. Pretty much don't stun Magneto. And that's the name of the game here. So we're going to take blocked hits here. You can see Magneto's not duped, so we don't have to worry about the block penetration that he gets from his signature ability. So this fight is even more safe. And just to be like triple safe here, I fire on a combat regen boost because we have a ton in the overflow. And I'm just going to take blocked hits until I can get at least 1 kinetic charge active. And you can see the block damage here. It's not too bad. We're healing back up to 100 anyways, so I'm fine taking the start of this fight really slowly. And there we go. We finally get our 1 kinetic charge, so I can punish this heavy, and then we can start rolling here. I do have a 200% science power boost. I think this is the only time that I would ever use a science one. Because when we fire off our special 3, it's just going to give us a little bit of power back, making it a little bit quicker to get back to our second special 3. I'm going to parry that projectile off the special 1, and we are going to start ramping up our kinetic charges. We're at 4. We're in a good position here. We are not getting cornered. We're going to push him against the wall just to make sure we have the maximum amount of space to work with here. And so far this fight's going cleanly. I'm just going to get in the rhythm of baiting his special 1, and I'm going to parry it again here. We're getting close to our special 3, and we are at max kinetic charges. So this is a really good spot here. We do have the bonus weakness debuff that we get because we have Human Torch on the team. So every time we parry him, we're just going to reduce his attack a little bit. Not that big of a deal. This is the only fight we need cap for. So I charge my heavy, fire off the special 3. We get a little bit of an attack bonus, and that does a good amount of damage. And I blank out here. This dude throws a heavy, and I eat it. I'm getting beat up this war. I'm eating hands here. But regardless, we're in a good spot here. We're still at 90% health. We do have that extended bonus kinetic charge, so we can punish his heavy pretty much for the rest of the fight here. And I think we're going to close it out once we get to our special 3. Right here, I'm going to back off. I think I'm just going to bait his special 1. I don't know. I don't think I needed to. I think I was just trying to be as safe as possible. But here we go. We are at our special 3, and that's going to be more than enough to finish him. And there's our second fight of the war. We are moving on to the fight that I was most worried about coming into this. This is node 45. This is going to be a Guillotine 2099. And I don't get access to my pre-fight because I'm assigned the Mojo right after on 47. So we're going to have to fight this Guillotine straight up. It's window of opportunity, so I was really worried about managing her Digicloak because there's not a lot of opportunities for me to raise my temperature where I can't miss, simply because I have to balance that with the window of opportunity. So you're going to see that I'm going to struggle to keep my temperature up, and so the game plan essentially for me was my first priority was to find openings to knock her down, just to put that Digicloak on cooldown. That way I can punish her heavies, push her against the wall, try and apply a few incinerates, and then once that window of opportunity timer goes down, I can parry and try and get my temperature up. But you can see I practiced a bunch here just to punish her heavy, and if you can shallow evade quick enough, throw a light, and then throw your heavy, you're well within range to punish. As you can see, I opened up the fight that way. And the window of opportunity timer is down. I make a mistake here, should not have hit into her block and pushed her to a special 2. Just because that last hit of her special 1 is energy based, so if you take it into the block, you will gain a smolder charge, and that's just going to help you in this longer fight. So here we go. I knock her down again after baiting a heavy, so we're okay to hit her, and now we can parry stun. But I'm already getting a bit of a headache just timer watching and balancing the window of opportunity timer with her Digicloak timer, and as well as managing her power bar. So I push her to a special 2 again. I'm going to knock her down just to put the Digicloak on cooldown again, just so I can continue the rhythm of the fight, sticking to medium light mediums, just trying to apply incinerates and kind of let them do some work. So there you go. There's our smolder chart. I don't know why I threw that special 1. Regardless, we do gain a smolder, so I mean it's not the worst thing to do. But there we go. We put her cloak into cooldown again, and you can see Torch is super squishy here. I'm taking a decent amount of block damage. But at this point, I just want to escape with all 3 attack bonuses, so I don't really care about the chip damage. I just need to stay disciplined with finding my openings. I'm going to try and bait her special 1 just to get a 4 smolder charge here. Her Digicloak is active, so I need to be very aware of knocking her down, which I do right there. And this fight is looking okay. We're at 60% of our health, but you can see like that's 6% of our health taken just by blocking that SP1. I probably should have parried, but I didn't want to risk being late on my parry and eating it, especially when I don't have that much health to work with. And we are in the red zone here. She's just under or about to hit 20. I end up losing a parry there, trying to reparry, and I get hit. So I'm approaching 25% of my health, and I'm just holding on for dear life here, trying to close it out. And thankfully, the last of the incinerates end up taking her down. So I don't think that's an ideal matchup, especially without the flame on. But I was pretty happy with the game plan that we had set up there, and able to get all 3 attack bonuses, which is what's most important at the end of the day. So this is node 47, Kinetic Transference, Feat of Indestructible, Opportunist. This is a Mojo. And this fight is an absolute sprint with the way I play it here. I am going to activate Flame On. This is the reason why I didn't use it against Guillotine 2099. I am going to use an invulnerability boost for this fight just to be safe, because in the past I'm pretty much just gripping it and ripping it. I'm going to go ham here. If I bait the SP1 or SP2, awesome. If not, I'm not going to be afraid to push him to the special 3 because ideally by that point the Nova Flames will have done enough damage for that not to matter when the degen from the special 3 gets applied. So he's at a special 2, and thankfully he does throw it, so that buys us a little bit more time, and we can get one more parry with a few combos in. There we go, we're able to get a parry medium light, and I'm going to throw my special 1 right before we get to that second bar of power so it doesn't go indestructible, and the moment he dashes back, I'm able to kind of get a few hits in, extend the combo, and finish the fight from there. So invuln boost wasn't needed, but I got pretty fortunate there with the AI not throwing the special 3 right away. So no regrets there. Just really glad that we were able to get through this, and this is definitely the easiest fight that I have this war on Node 48. This is Rage Extend Return Policy. Stryfe, his hits are energy based, so it's going to ramp up my smolders. I do have a 6 hour 30% boost on. So after doing a little bit of testing, realizing that the rage threshold is 5,895, I decided that I would pull off all my mastery points on the offensive tree. As you can see, the 23 on my profile there, just to be a super safe. I don't want to trigger rage with such a straightforward fight. It's really low threat. Strife's special 1, you can honestly just block it, and you have a really wide window to punish and continue the rhythm of the fight. So right away we hit Nova, even though we don't use the pre-fight because we used it on the Mojo, and the power stings are doing a decent amount of work there, just accelerating the fight for us. But we're really comfortable where we are, where we have him against the wall. As you can see, where we baited one special 1, it was really easy to punish, and you can dex it if you want, but honestly blocking it ramps up your smolders anyways, so I feel like the upside is definitely makes it worth it there. But he's just melting down. I find it easier playing Torch to medium light back away, similar to when you're playing Omega versus Node 23. I just find it's an easier rhythm for me to stick to. But you can see here, there's really no threat. We're super comfortable where we are. We hit Nova again, and it's just a matter of staying aggressive against the wall, and eventually you'll close up the fight. Like so, he goes down, and there's the 5th fight of the war. Really glad to end off on a clean note, especially after such a sketchy and stressful start. But there's our 5th fight. 5 fights up, 5 fights down, and unfortunately we don't play very tight here. We end up taking our 4th loss of the season, putting us to a record of 1-4. 7 wars to go. I mean, there's still a lot of season. We're kind of just swimming here for a win, something to build on, and nothing we can do but stay the course and try and focus on what we can control here. Yeah, one more war until we hit the halfway point. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you for war number 6.